Oh, apparently there's some financial issues that have to be resolved too before we put it out for the market. Okay. The two of us should probably just stand here. Okay, whatever.
Yes.
Me?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Yeah, you're talking about employment, blah, blah, blah. You forgot about something what is very important. Is this number one? Is this exactly priority? What is you have? Number one priority is a constitution. What is you supposed to be protect? By law, by definition. So we don't have constitution right now. We right now have a tyranny right now, a fascism with Gaster Gestapo principle. Dozen judges, elected official, commission, council,
that's okay.
and many elected officials don't never have meeting with people for years. And judges who we elect supposed to be talk to people. We've been talking about this for a long time. This totally ignores Constitution, what is exists for 200 years, what is exactly for the people and by the people. By definition, for this we come to America, because we respect American Constitution and want be a real liberty, what is for everybody equal. It's not happen. So we have exactly what is we have. So we have simple proposition for the mayor, because he have meeting very often, sometimes twice times per month, sometimes.
Question, sir?
It's not a question, it's a recommendation. So we ask him support idea about so every elected official in Washington, in Seattle, who have office in Seattle, supposed to be have town hall meeting, Q&A, minimum 4 times per year, every quarter. So everybody can talk to everybody, include judges, council, and everybody includes senator.
Thank you. You know,
what is your answer? I don't see answer.
How important the Constitution is to everybody. Hold on.
Yeah. Thank you. So the request, the recommendation is that I work on passing a law that would require every elected official to hold 4 public meetings a year with the public. I do it all the time. I've been hesitant to go out and do, to push for such a thing, because one of the things I've learned as mayor is other elected officials don't like it when you tell them how to do their job. So I think everybody should, if you're elected, you should be going out and talking to the public. And most elected officials do in one way or the other, whether through public hearings or some type of town hall. But I personally believe in getting out and talking to people.
Any other questions, comments?
Yeah, here question.
I do.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. My name is StandUP-America, and I will keep my comments short because I'm going to readdress what Alex had just mentioned earlier. We didn't get an actual response from you. We understand what the Constitution is, and you're the executive branch. The council is bringing forth laws. You sign them in. And so the problem is that you do have a voice. You have a power. You're still part of the democratic process. You are the check and balance to this system that we have. So you do have the ability to tell other people what to do when they're not doing the right thing. And currently they're not required to talk to us, nor do they. If we elect judges in, they should be answerable to the people. Might as well just appoint them if we're not going to have them answer us back. So you do this twice a month, so you agree with this. And everyone's here, they got you a cake. So we all want this. We all want our elected officials to talk to us. So you are doing this, but once you're gone in 5, 6 elections from now, who knows how long you'll be in here? But I'll give you credit. But my point being is that you're not a king, and eventually you'll be gone, and we will lose this opportunity. So what we're asking for you to do is leave a legacy. Do something that the people can remember you for, that we now have a channel that is required by law in Seattle, that our elected representatives have to speak to us like you are. Because if you don't do that, this all looks like campaign propaganda, and you're only doing this for your own package and not for the people. So please help put forth something.
Yeah, make a law, make a rules. You have power.
Yeah. Well, the point, the request is I have power, and I just want to say I got a lot less power than I thought I would have, just for the record. But I do, and really the power I have really comes from the public and what the public raises. So, I would just say, bring this to the judges, bring this to the council, bring this, we'll keep doing it, and see what happens. Organizing takes time. Yeah, I hope I do. First of all, that's the most optimistic number I've heard 5 or 6 times, so I want to, that's awesome. But I really do know I serve at the pleasure of the people, and that this position belongs to the people. I do hope that just the action we're taking does create some legacy. For example, we started doing the town halls at City Hall, where we just opened up City Hall to visitors. And first year, everybody was, what's this about? And the second year, the city council threw in, and Nick Licata had a sign, Cookies and Conversation. He's a council member. Come down to my office. And I hope that I really hope that whoever is in my position or in the council position, that we kind of start setting a standard of responsiveness in government that I hope will occur. I got to tell you too, though, coming out to do these town halls, I did them in my campaign. I did them when I took office. It's very challenging because there's so many hard issues our city faces. And people would, really, as mayor, because of the position I'm in, just like you, people are saying, well, can you do something about this? Can you make something happen? And one of the biggest challenges is going in front of people who ask me to do things and well, what can we do? And some of the problems are so deep and hard. Issues around homelessness, joblessness are such difficult issues. Kids that are growing up in situations where they go into violence, adults returning from jail who want to work, but they can't, because they have a felony on their record. Can they get a job? And I just want to say that it's hard to stand up in front of the public, I think, for a lot of elected officials, because there's so many hard problems and we don't have all the answers. We really don't have all the answers. I want to say now I really enjoy doing these, in part because, first of all, I can get out of City Hall and talk to real people and real problems and not just politics and what's going on in City Hall. But the other one is I just want to give credit to the people that work in city government, because I've spent a few years working with them now. And I give credit to the public too. It's like we can't solve everything, but we can sit down and start figuring out what's the next thing we can do that can make a difference. And so I feel like after a few years, I like coming out here because we hear real problems and we talk about how to solve them together. So again, your question is, will I command or order or pass a law to make,
create a law? You can work with
or create a law? I'm just very hesitant to tell other elected officials. Let me finish. Let me finish. My answer is I am very hesitant to tell other elected officials how to do their jobs. I'm just going to model what I think is appropriate behavior with the public, and I know many of them get out in public too. Not all of them, and I hope they do as well. So we can keep moving.
Okay, one last question over here.
Oh, we also have her over here.
Oh, you have a question? Okay, go ahead with your question.
Okay, good. So you talk about children, crime, and everything. We have very simple proposition, and we talk about this many times before. We have a Microsoft, we have Amazon, we have Comcast, a huge corporation with $100 billion operation. We have a children who totally poor in going street, and I remember when I'm boy, you know what it means, and my generation, totally different, all poor. So situation right now, very simple right now. We have a $1 billion business. We don't have 21 channel, 22 channel for free for poor people. We don't have internet for free. And you're talking about a city right now, almost number one best city in the United States of America is 300 million people. So I have very simple proposition. You may have a power. So we demand what is everybody in Seattle will have a free internet. So talk to Microsoft, talk to Amazon, talk to this fat cat who built $1 billion business, and I don't know how this is possible, but this different story. So maybe this guy give to everybody, because when poor people, poor children have a game in internet, I guarantee you it's not will be street. It's very simple and very cheap. So we need to stop in this, because 1,000 people come to library and poor people cannot afford $30, $50 per month. It's a ton of money for Social Security, like my Social Security, $365. How I can, per month? How I can afford internet who costs $50 per month?
It's okay. So this is the question is, could we get free internet in the city, particularly since big companies are making big money? By the way, I've actually looked at this one, and this is a big deal. The quality of our internet technology is really important. The internet is, well, you know, like roads or shipping lanes now. So much commerce goes over it. Amazon, Microsoft, even Nordstrom sells a lot of clothes online. So and people do job searches online, people get education online. It's really important to have good internet connections. The next generation internet infrastructure is something called fiber optic cable. So it's better than the copper cable from the cable company, better than the phone line, a lot better. And the city actually has a fair amount of fiber optic cable that connects our own, that we put underground for our electric utility, for our public utilities, the libraries. We all connect up with fiber optic cable. We have a network around the city. If we wanted to have a municipal internet that was like public power, for example, you know, that we'd take control of supplying or a roadway system, it would cost us about $700 million to build it out if we wanted to do it all ourselves. We just put out a request for proposals to the private sector to partner with us we'll make our fiber available, our extra fiber, excess fiber, or dark fiber it's called, available as a backbone to private companies that wanted to build a network. And we're going to get a proposal from them, and we can also talk about in that proposal providing opportunities for low-income access to that network as well. For example, we could ask the people that want to use it, could you provide free internet to our housing authority, for example, or low-income housing. So we're examining how we can leverage our resources to provide more free internet to people. Now, on the question of should we tax wealthy people to get stuff for the rest of us, I'm all for an income tax. But that's a state decision. At the city level, I actually don't have the authority to impose any taxes based upon wealth or income levels. That's a weakness of our state. We have a very regressive tax system. I would love to have some type of progressive tax authority, but I don't.
Excuse me, sir, but too many businesses, big businesses, want to provide internet for free. We listen about this for many years. No city, no Congress makes this decision. Many businesses want to use this for free because advertisement can cost $1 billion, and everybody knows. If we cannot fix it, this most intelligent city in America cannot do this for free. Why? It's a problem. So find a corporation who can do this for free.
Thank you very much. It's 7